Well, guys, it's been a while. I think that's an understatement. I have with me my brother here. His name is
Hey!
Defcamp.
That's me!
Guys, it's wow. When was? Let me hold on. Let me look at the last.
Wow.
When was the last Classic WoW discussion? Let's check it out.
I'm going to say it was before Classic WoW came out.
Well, it was. It definitely was.
Was it? Okay.
Um,
You guys done one after the game, right?
We did not. We didn't even do a DefTalk after the game came out.
Wow. Wow.
So
What?
we haven't. The last one you did was with Dilato before the game came out. It was like the night before the game came out. Oop, sorry about that little noise there in the background. The last Vanilla WoW discussion was done. Let's see. It was the future of Blizzard Entertainment when that was a long time ago, right?
Shit, so we got a
Yeah.
lot of stuff to talk
We have a
about.
lot of stuff to talk about.
So let's start off first by saying...
How was our? Let's just how our launch
okay,
was.
How was our launch experience, are we trying to say?
Yeah, let's start with that. Go ahead, Defcamp.
So, all in all, let me just say this, right? In a lot of our Classic WoW discussions, we had the worry, or maybe the insight, or whatever you want to call it, that there were not enough servers announced, right?
Yes,
I definitely think that was
we
something that
we
ranked
definitely got that one right.
Yeah, we definitely did. Not enough servers announced, and we were very much worried of these huge mega servers that were going to come up. And yeah, I gotta say, my launch experience in all wasn't horrible. It wasn't the best, but I got on. Started playing my character, and the hype was really strong in the beginning. There was a lot of hype. Everyone was playing, everyone was streaming it. Everyone was doing this. Everyone was doing that. People were getting, level 60 in like 3, whatever. It was like ridiculous. That guy, that mage, who, but to where, like, then I think where we are now is like such a huge difference. And we'll get to that in a second. But
Yeah.
man, so much has happened since then, right?
So I think launch was it was okay for me. Launch was kind of everything I expected it would be, at least on the surface. And then I feel like things got increasingly difficult for a lot of people, right? Whether it was people that are waiting in queues, and I knew it was going to be queued up. I knew things were going to be queued really, really poorly, and I think that there's going to be a lot of influx of people, and that's totally fine. That's expected.
Right.
But I feel like one of the biggest issues was people just I feel like people couldn't get on the servers they wanted to. Did you?
Yeah.
And I feel like I feel like I don't want to say this. I feel like I always say this, but the streamers really had a negative impact on the launch experience.
100% the bigger streamers. And then you had people, so we're part of this really big guild, and we had people who wanted to play with us but didn't want to play on this server because they were afraid it was going to be too horde heavy, or it was going to be too many people, or it was going to be this, or it was going to be that. And so you had this communities being split up, and then communities saying, okay, we're sticking with this realm because it was one of the original realms. We said we're going to go there, and now they're playing on a realm where they're having queues every day for months, and they stopped playing on that realm. Where then the transfer started, and then next thing you know, Blizzard comes out with paid transfers, and then
well, they had free transfers first, right? Remember that?
Right, free transfers. Then they went to the paid transfers.
Well, they had 2 rounds of free transfers.
Yeah, and by the way, guys, so we're in a server right now where like we're on Scarum US, which is one of the most like just crazy horde skewed servers. There's so much horde, and now with the paid servers, we have even more Alliance leaving. Right?
I've heard from Alliance players that that they're leaving.
It's almost like Blizzard just threw their hands up and said, like, we give up, like it's over, like we don't know what the fuck to do.
How did we get ourselves in this situation? And this is like what I'm like, and I hate talking shit on people that I've met.
Yeah.
I met Omar Gonzalez.
We're not talking shit on Omar.
I'm not talking shit on Omar. I'm talking shit on Blizzard as a whole, right?
Yeah.
And Omar is a wonderful person. I love talking to him. He's an amazing guy, and we had a great time in California. But, and Omar's hands are tied on a lot of these things. But I feel like some of the decisions that Blizzard as a whole has made regarding this game, they're treating it as it is a legacy game, which it is. But, to the point where it's everything's on the back burner. Everything is just we'll get to it when we get to it. This is how it's going to be. We don't have a lot of, but the thing is, a lot of these issues arose from very simple easily managed things that, you know,
could have been avoided.
It could have been avoided if there was more servers to begin with.
That right for me, like
that's
one of those, like that I
it.
feel like we, as you know, you and I together with the channel and other people, were so adamant about, hey guys, let's get more servers out there. There aren't enough servers. From the get-go, right? And something that we said we want to, you know, hopefully play on healthy population servers that aren't too crazy, that, you know, and we understand layering. We took that for what it was for a little bit. That was a mess. People taking advantage of the layering, right? That was a whole other aspect.
Yeah.
Then the layering disappeared, and now you're on these servers. And then we had the phase 2 mess where, you know, basically PvP was enabled, but there were no battlegrounds, so everyone was going in these huge, just hordes of people, death balls, killing everyone, making the alliance to want to leave the server even more, making people to not want to level, making people to not want to do this. So then they were forced to bring, you know, well, not forced, but BGs came out very soon after that, after 3 weeks, I think it was, of phase 2.
Well, they had to rush it out, but I feel like that's partially the community's fault, because we wanted a non-battleground phase of PvP.
Yeah,
right?
And I still stood by that, but I think it would have been better if the servers were smaller and the populations were more.
Yeah, we're spread out into different servers. I think all of the issues we're having right now are literally because there weren't enough servers at launch. That is the only issue, right? If you had more servers at launch, there would be no need for transfers. You would have people playing on the servers they want. And I think that what Blizzard should have done is literally just said, we will institute transfers at a later date, and they'll be paid transfers.
Yeah.
That's it.
Now, before we get any further, all that being said, I'm still having fun playing the game, right? You know, me and Melderon are still, you know, we're kicking ass in Molten Core. BWL is about to come out. We're really excited for that.
Shout out to the Sidewinder Invictus Raid team.
Shout out to Sidewinder Invictus Raid team. We love you guys. But that being said, I think Classic WoW could be in a healthier state right now, and I think it's a shame that it's not.
Well, let me ask you a question. What do you feel like right now about the game? Why don't you log on every day? Because I know you don't. Neither do I.
I don't. Yeah. So right now, I kind of feel like it's hard.
What is impeding you from playing?
It's like I enjoy it. Like right now, I'm playing on my shaman, just messing around on my alt. Every once in a while, I'll play on alt. We'll play on Superplay Brothers. You know, that kind of stuff. But when I log on my main, right, I just feel like I don't want to PvP. Because the meta has gone to, you know, the crazy friggin' AV where you're just doing AV all day long. So I don't even feel motivated to want to try to rank, right? So that's the other part of it. I feel like if I was motivated to want to rank, I'd be playing a lot more right now. So that's a huge part of it right now. The other part is
why don't you want to rank? Just out of curiosity.
Because I don't want to do AV all day long.
Right. So that's another issue we haven't talked about.
You know, right now the meta for ranking is doing AV literally all day long. I don't like the 1.12 AV. I don't think it's fun, and I don't want a PvE to get to PvP. Like I don't want to do, you know, all day, you know, what I consider is like a PvE style of PvP all day long. I'd rather do Warsong. And honestly, like I know I'm going to be playing a lot more when BWL comes out. But I just needed to kind of take a step back from everything and just maybe take it at a slower pace. Because for me, you know, I don't want to get caught up in all that negativity. I don't want to get caught up in all that. So I've been playing at a slower pace. And, you know, all in all, I think, you know, we had the holidays have gone through, that we had less time over the holidays. You and I have been working a lot and stuff like that. But I definitely don't. I definitely am not playing as much as I thought I would be right now. That's for sure.
Neither have I, and I've been thinking long and hard about why that is. And I come up with a couple different things, but I'd like to touch upon the AV thing real quick. Is that how did on private servers, how did honored ranks work? How do people farm honor? I feel like I totally missed that aspect. I'm not a big PvPer.
Like people farmed honor by doing multiple BG, like different kinds of BGs. I mean, you could do AV, Warsong, Gulch. At least that's all what I did, right? So, and also AV was a totally different style AV back then, right? So what I did is I would do whatever the weekend was. So if it was AV weekend, I'd do AV. If it was Warsong weekend, I'd do Warsong. If it was AV weekend, I'd do AV. And the thing is that like private servers had most of the private servers had BGs from the start, from the get-go.
That's true. Yeah.
Right. So you could potentially rank in that way much earlier on. So it was kind of a totally different scenario.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be 100% honest right now. I had more fun PvPing on private servers than I did in Vanilla WoW. Right.
Yeah.
Than I do in Classic WoW right now. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I had more fun PvPing and ranking on private servers than I am having fun right now on doing PvP in Classic WoW.
Yeah. So let me just give you my thoughts about what the current state of the game is. I talked about my launch experience. I thought it was a lot of fun. I had a great time leveling. I really, really enjoyed leveling. I stayed out as much of the dungeon span as possible. I did not like that at all. We did try it. We did do some SM. We did, and we were able to really blow through that dungeon. And I was like, you know what? This is kind of not how I want to level. So we pulled back from that. We did it about 5 times, something like that.
Yeah, well, we leveled. Did we level? We leveled together towards the end.
Most of the time, we leveled most of the journey together, and we did a lot of dungeons, but we did just like one time through each dungeon kind of thing, and we did a lot of questing. I'm very happy that I did that because I feel really shitty for the people who are just spamming dungeons. And I just want to say this right now because honestly, at this point, the game's out. I don't really care anymore. To those people who are promoting this game and spent their entire leveling process in dungeons, guys, kind of shame on you guys. I'm not trying to be holier than thou here, but like I was really disappointed by that. And that includes people I know as friends. I'm not. These aren't just people who I don't talk to or
we're streaming. People who were streaming that.
Like, I just come on. Like, this was, and I know I made a video about it, and it got some negative flack about like dungeon spamming is not the real way to play Classic WoW and stuff like that. And I still stand by that. And I think to myself, the leveling process is so fucking important in this game. It's the only iteration of the game that we're able to level. Such a large part of the leveling process, and the world's so big. I never understood.
That's where my relief has been. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Okay. I don't want to be a dick or anything like that, but I feel like we fought a long time for this game, and to spend that entire game in a dungeon because you don't want to get like stream sniped. I don't think that's a good excuse. But I want to say I got up to level cap. I had a ball farming pre-abyss. A ball. We did it with a lot of friends. We had a great time. When raiding came out, I had an absolute ball raiding. And we had some of course some issues with some things, with the guild, and we had to get the guild things figured out. But once the actual raid got into its position, I feel like it was
going great. Yeah.
What's that?
Everything was going great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. But there became a point where, and I'm not sure where this actually happened, but there came a point where I was like, I just didn't feel the motivation anymore. I felt looking at the universe, the WoW universe itself on YouTube, on Twitch, the amount of min-maxing is so huge, is insurmountably huge by the community. And then I thought to myself, I'm partially to blame for this. I made how many guides have I made?
Yeah.
How many guides have I made talking about mana management or healing, downranking, or
of it, right? But okay, here's the thing. I think in my experience, right, is you see people, they'll watch these videos or they'll watch streamers. I think it more comes from watching streamers, actually. They see what these people are doing all day and they want to do that as well or whatever. I don't know. But 100% of it is people get these expectations in their head, like they want to be ranked 14 or whatever, and then they see the reality of it, and then they do their own thing. You know what I mean? So I think, people might get their hopes up or might try to do something, but then in the end, I think people fall back naturally into what suits them best.
But I'm not talking about I'm talking about, okay, let's take some examples that I've made, okay? Advanced Shaman Leveling Guide, the Melee Mechanics Guide, the Pre-Hotting Threat Guide, the Downranking Guide. To me, these are probably some of my best guides that I've made, and they totally teach you how to play the game to a point where you can min-max the game the fuck out of leveling, the fuck out of PvE, not PvP because I don't really make PvP guides because I'm not that good at it. But I feel like, am I partially to blame? And the amount of energy I put towards these guides, if you guys watch my guides, I put a lot of time towards them, right? And I enjoy making them. But I also feel like that enjoyment and that passion led to people not enjoying themselves. And if that's true, I feel like shit over that,
I swear we've had this conversation before. I totally feel like we have.
We haven't.
But
We haven't never talked about this before.
Deja vu, but I really want to say something. It's like, you know what, dude? Like, you can't. This is the thing, man. Like, I understand, a part of it is like, you have such a love for the game. Whenever you want to talk about it, that's fine. I don't think by making videos or anything like you're doing anything wrong. I mean, people who want to watch the videos are gonna find out this information either way. People are gonna find out the information that they want
to an extent. I feel like they're pretty unique guides.
Yeah, I mean they are, but you can't just say, I mean, like, you had a passion of talking about shamans, and the people who also had that passion and shared it with you, were able to share that through watching your videos. I don't think it's a negative thing.
It wasn't just shamans, but yeah, I agree.
But not to mention, like, there's so much more in classic WoW, and like even us, you and I, we were learning something new every day. You know what I mean? Like, every day there's something new that we find out. There's some other better way of doing thing. Like, even though you found out all these things, every day there's almost someone saying, oh, well, you can do this and this is better, or this is and this is better. So all that stuff is being challenged almost every day, right? And that's the min-max aspect of it. And I think, yeah, there's a lot more people that are at a higher caliber of playing than they were back in vanilla WoW. But I still think we have, in essence, what makes vanilla WoW so amazing. And this is what I want to say, that what I think is one of the most important things is, it's okay to get tired of a game every once in a while and feel like you need to take a break. Classic WoW, we're still only in the very beginning of Classic WoW. We're still rating MC, dude. BWL hasn't even come out yet. It's okay to feel a little bit like, let me take a break. I've got all the gear that I need. I've got all the shit that I need. I can maybe play on it all every once in a while. BWL hasn't even come out yet. It's okay to feel a little, what's the word?
Just tired, burnout.
Yeah. It's okay, man. Like, I'd rather take time away from the game so that when BWL comes out, I feel reinvigorated. I feel like, okay, here we go. Here's the game I want to play. And I love, like, what Cargo's doing right now. That's what I'm trying to do right now as well, is like to make it a character maybe on the opposite faction, to experience something new in the game. Maybe play a class you never played before. Maybe do something you never done before, and do it at a slower pace. Don't go into the whole min-maxing thing about trying to level as fast as you can. Make a character, level by yourself, level with friends, do what you want to do, but take your time, enjoy it. You don't have to play every day on your main, especially in Classic WoW where we are right now, where there's a lot of just stagnant, just a lot of stagnicity right now. Is that even a word? I don't know.
Yeah, stagnancy is stagnancy. But I feel like I want to apologize to a group of people. I want to apologize to our patrons. I want to apologize to the people who have subscribed to this YouTube channel that are, I guess, have become religiously kind of following my guides. I want to apologize to people who watch Defcamp streams and my streams that I started doing. We have taken a little bit of a hiatus from content creation. You've probably noticed that. People who, patrons especially, you are actually paying money monthly because of trying to support us. I do not expect you guys to remain patrons, and I want to thank you for doing that. And if you continue to do that, that's entirely up to you. But I want to apologize to those people because I think we set out when we made this channel to continually make good content for the community. And I'm not saying I want to stop doing that, but I obviously have taken a break, and Defcamp has as well. And it's
like this. I just want to say real quick, when you don't feel good about what you're doing, the content doesn't come out as good as you know what I mean? Like, that's how it is.
I've just kind of been sitting here and I'm like, and I'm not gonna lie, work's been kicking my ass. I've been focusing on my personal health, mental health. I've been, trying to get myself back together, and I, that's because there's been some, personal stuff in my life that I've been working on, and everything's fine. It's just like I've been focusing on me and trying to really start to grow as a person, and I've been focusing a lot of time on that. And to be honest, content creation was a way for me to kind of keep my mind occupied. It was a safe place for me, and I really enjoy analyzing things and working with numbers, and because it makes my mind, like, it calms me, and since I've started actually thinking about things differently and working through some issues I've been having with my own personal life, content creation has become less important, because I've been focusing on things that push my own reality to a better place, which is happening. So content creation was my therapy for a long time. If you guys don't know, I went through a pretty shitty breakup about a year and a half ago, and I was going to move to a different country, and that didn't happen. And my way of coping with that was putting out as many guides as possible. So you probably think, well, Melderon, go back and break up with another girl so you can make more guides. But like, that's the truth. That's honestly the truth. And it was a really solace point for me. And Classic WoW, the upcoming, release of Classic WoW was such a good place for me because I was like, man, this is something to look forward to and something to really strive for and push for. And right now, my mental health has become my priority. So I've been thinking about things a lot differently. And I don't know if Defcamp, but I don't know if you've noticed that with me or whatever, but I feel like I want to make content, but it's just not there in my head right now. Nor do I feel like making guides is the right thing for the community right now.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know.
And like that being said, though, I do feel like for me, I do want to get back into the streaming. Like I really do enjoy it. It's just that I need to be. I feel like I don't want to force it. I don't want to be doing something I'm not having fun at and not and that reflect on the stream. So what I've been doing is taking a little bit more time into doing the things that I like maybe leveling an alt or playing something at a little bit more slower pace, or whatever, and then I want to start streaming that instead. You know what I mean? Like maybe start playing with an alt or, doing some stuff with cargoes or whatever like that. But, as far as, no, I definitely feel you on that, man. It's like, you've got to, I mean, everyone goes through changes, right? Everyone goes through changes. Everyone goes through their own shit. And it's like,
I just think it's important for all of us to reinvent ourselves a little bit.
Yeah.
Whether you're a content creator or a player.
Yeah.
I think it's important. Because this game is still here, and we still worked a really hard time to get this to come out.
I think you're. I don't think you've. I think you're like kind of over. Like I don't think you hurt the game, and I don't think you put a negative. I think you're kind of like overplaying that. I don't think you hurt. I think you did more good than harm, man, with making the guides and stuff.
Perhaps may have gotten more people interested. That's true, but I also feel like I'm not saying it was all negative. I really enjoyed making videos. I still do. But I feel like at this moment, when I'm sitting myself now playing this game, like I'm not playing right now, obviously, if I'm talking about it. But like when I'm playing next, I just want to feel that feeling of just, I don't know, man. I feel like the community aspect is so hurt. Maybe it's because we're playing on Skyrim. Maybe it's because we're playing on a server that's so horde biased. I feel like the community aspect of the game has just really, really shot down. So what I've been trying to do with Super Plate Brothers, with this video right now, is to focus more on community building. Because this game is still the best MMO, in my opinion, that's ever existed. I feel like it is... it's standing the test of time, and it really is. And I hope that Blizzard continues with this, with TBC and Wrath. But, I don't know at this moment how I feel about, like, I feel like this game's getting a lot of hate right now, not really directly. Like Asmongold's video was very, very well thought. The one what was it called? Let me look it up real quick. He put out a video recently, on his personal YouTube channel. It was about Classic WoW. I can't find it. Anyway. It doesn't really matter, but I thought a lot of what he said was really important. There's a lot of different people that want out of this game, and
you mean that want different things out of this game?
That want different things out of this game, right? And I feel like the one side of the community is my retrospective on Classic WoW so far. That's the name of the video. It was one month ago. I went into that video thinking he's going to be a total dick about it and just lambast this game, and he did not do that. And I think there's people who have never played this game before, and they're just getting I think their experience is getting ruined by people who are just so min-maxy and so just are perfectionists and want you laugh at people bringing a boomkin into a raid and stuff like that. Like, I think that aspect of the community has ruined this game for a lot of people.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. I think the more people that have the most fun are the people that take this game a little less seriously,
Yeah.
And that's where and that's kind of what we had in mind when we had our raid and everything like that, was to not be so, because like we had the choice to do that. I was going to join, a guild and the raid team that was going to be the most serious and be all min-maxing. And like I figured that's not really what I want out of this game. I want to enjoy my time. I want to have fun and take my time, man. And like honestly, the other thing I want to say about this is like there's so many people out there who have this expectation of the game of what it is right now, and like there's people I heard Preach was talking negative about Classic and all this. Like
yeah, I was going to talk about that next. Yeah,
he
said
like,
it's.
Let me just say something first. Is like there are so many different aspects of this game that people don't realize, and like guys, the game has been out so like not even that long right now, right? And there's still so much to go, and I feel like people have made their judgment on Classic WoW from
call
like,
it a day on
couple
Classic
months,
World
right?
of
Which is
Warcraft. I want to put this out.
Not to mention you have people who are talking about Classic WoW like it's less than a game. The PvP meta alone is amazing. The PvE meta, like to judge all of it based off of MC or BWL, or even if people who haven't even done Nax and are taking judgments out. Like I just think it's unfair to make a judgment.
So let me tell you what the top comment is on that video. Okay.
On what video?
On Preach's video. Here's the top comment. Ready? I put hundreds of hours in the Classic WoW. I quit a week ago. Feels like I finished the game. Hundreds of hours isn't a bad thing for a game. Had a blast. How the fuck can you say you finished Classic WoW and you down Nax? I'm sorry, you down MC and Omni.
MC. Yeah.
How is that even possible?
I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Like, and I don't care what Preach says. Like, I want to see his Nax kill. That he's done everything. I want to see his Nax kill. I mean, maybe he did on private servers. I don't know, but
and I know he's always been a stalwart defender of like retail and shit. Like maybe he has, I don't know, feels like he has to make this point. I don't know, but doesn't negate the fact that this is the game for a lot of people, right? This is the game that a lot of people love.
But I just don't understand people quitting because they finished the first raid tier and they're bored.
No, like, dude, you killed Rag. Like, congratulations.
We could 20-man Rag with no problem. We could. And
probably 15 man, 10 man.
We could 10, 20 man Ani. All I'm saying is, guys, is that the game is not even a quarter done. Essentially, right? We still have ZG, we still have BWL, we still have AQ20, AQ40, and Nax.
Yep.
Like, I just don't see the point of leaving at this moment. Maybe take a break, sure. I think
that's fine.
That's totally fine. But quit the game, I don't understand the mentality.
No,
personally, I don't.
But I will say this. I will say that I feel as though they could have done a better job with the current state of the game.
Yeah, I agree. We've kind of said that, but yeah.
I know. I do, but I don't think that's good. That's like enough to say like, oh well, the game sucks. It's over. There's still so much that is yet to be seen. So
I agree with that, but here's my only worry: can we get out of the? Can we escape the issue that they've created with these servers? A lot of these communities are destroyed, dude.
Right.
That's what I'm worried about. It's not so much. It's not so bad for you and I because we are more PvE progression players, right? We like to PvP. Don't get me wrong, but like I'm not going to rank. I don't care about ranking. But I feel like for a lot of people, PvP is a very important aspect of the game, and so is World PvP. And I think that those people are they're left in the dirt, I feel like, man. I really do.
Yeah.
Can we get away? Can we fix these issues?
That's the question. I mean, what has to be done? Like, I feel like... and we talked about this a little bit on GMA. Like, in order to fix Classic WoW, there has to be changes, right? And look, the fact is, Classic WoW is not Vanilla WoW. There's already been a shitload of changes done to Classic WoW in order to make it the game that it is now, right? You have a hodgepodge of 1.12 with itemization, all the different itemization than you would have in Vanilla. It is a completely different game from Vanilla WoW, which means I think it's okay to do some changes to help preserve the essence of what Vanilla was. Its essence, right?
Yeah.
Making it the game that it could be. Whether that means, maybe increasing the armor or whatever damage of some of the bosses because of the gear that's available. things like that, I'd be okay with, honestly, to make it a little bit more challenging if it were to be, like, because MC was a breeze, man. It was, because you had 1.12 talents, you had 1.12 itemization, and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, but as we progress, as time goes on, yeah, maybe the content will start to level out. But I do think in terms of PvP, like, yeah, maybe we need to nerf the honor from AV so that the war song honor is more relevant and stuff like that.
I agree.
I think these kind of changes are the things that we need to be looking at.
But they won't. But I think they won't because they're treating the game as a legacy game, dude. That's my issue with it.
Yeah.
They're treating the game as leave it as it is, make money off of it as much as we possibly can, and then move on. That's how I feel like they're treating this game.
I mean, at its core, I think the problem is the servers. Like,
it's all the issues we're having are because of that, all of them, and I'll stand by that right now. Every issue we're having right now is directly because there wasn't enough servers at launch.
I would say most of them. I don't know about every one of them, but like,
okay, maybe not, or not the AV. Yeah. Sorry, not the AV. You're right. You're right.
And like and their fix to this was what, to just enable like paid transfers. I mean, come on, that's not gonna fix it at all. It's going to make the problem worse. We already have guilds. The guilds that were remaining on this server have already announced that they're going to be leaving now. The Alliance guilds.
So, the Alliance guilds, yeah.
How's that fixing? It's not. But all in all, man, I try to look at the positives, right? Like, my positive right now is the fact that maybe I can focus on making a new character. Maybe I can focus on these things that are a little bit more were easier to do for me, where I can just kind of play at a slower pace, and it's kind of sad, but that's kind of what I have to do right now.
But what would you be doing otherwise?
What do you mean?
Like you say, you have to shift to playing at a slower pace. What would you be doing otherwise?
What do you mean, doing otherwise from leveling? I'd be playing on my I'd be PvPing right now.
Like world PvP, or like going to different battlegrounds?
I'd be ranking. I would be ranking if AV wasn't what it is right now. I would be ranking 100%.
So AV is literally keeping you away from doing that.
From doing that, yes. Yeah. I would be like right now. I would be attempting to rank, but I just cannot stand playing AV 12 hours a day.
Right? Well, I can't stand playing it 1 hour a day. So, but I just hate AV, you know that. But like my thing is like, what do you think if WB comes out? It won't change anything, will it? You think people will still be spamming AV?
You said AB? If AB
yeah,
comes
AB,
out, yeah. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I don't know what they're gonna do. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I do know that when BWL comes out, I'll be playing the game a lot more. That's for sure. I'll be raiding again, and like I can't wait until so. My favorite point of Vanilla WoW is like when ZG's out, right? So you have ZG, you have BWL, you're still doing MC. There's so much going on, right? You're doing something all the time.
Yeah,
That is when I'm going to be playing the most, honestly. So right now, for me, I'm okay with playing the game at a slower pace, like maybe playing like once or twice or whatever, 3 times a week, whatever I'm playing right now, 3-4 times a week. I'm okay with that, right? Because I know that come that time, there probably will be a lot more going on for me, with doing all those different raids and stuff. So I think this is a natural lull in Vanilla WoW right now where we're at.
Yeah, you mean just this game, just as MC and Ani out, right?
Yeah, MC and Ani.
But I feel like
Ani, how many hundreds of times it feels like, it's like.
But yeah, the thing is, like, when the game first came out, this wasn't a lull because people were still working towards killing Rag at this point, right? Like, it was still hard for some people, for a lot of people.
Exactly.
Yeah. And it's just not for everyone because the game obviously has been theory crafted heavily, right. And we know the best way to kill. We know they have to stack warriors basically to get these speed runs, and how powerful warrior DPS is, and how powerful Wind Fury Totem is, and stuff like that. And it's just like, I feel like back in the day people didn't know that, and that's totally fine. Yeah. But with each successful raid that comes out, each successive raid, that comes out, the amount of theory crafting becomes less and less, and the amount of min-maxing, I think, will become less and less as well.
Yes. Yeah.
And I've said to myself, like, I'm not going to put out another raid guide. I'm not going to put out another. I just don't want to. I don't want to further exacerbate the amount of min-maxing that's been created.
Yeah, I think it was one thing to talk about it before the game came out, like because you're excited, you want to just really like talk about it and keep things fresh and that hype or whatever like that. But right now it's like the game's out. Let's just play it while it's here. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to me right now, I think the most fun stuff is like the natural fun that you have with people, the RP, whatever, the socialization. That's kind of stuff that's keeping me right now. But I know as time goes on, there will be more content. I can't, dude. I've never set foot into fucking Vanilla Nax.
Neither have I. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So.
And most of the player base hasn't. And if you said you did back then, you're a liar. It's just
yeah.
Well, what I'm saying is that people saying that they've experienced everything is what I'm saying.
Oh, right, yeah.
Unless you don't private servers.
Even if you have, if you have, I played a lot on private servers. Still totally different than fucking private servers right now. Like things are feeling very different than private servers right now.
They absolutely are.
Maybe in a not such a good way. Like I'm gonna be 100% frank right now. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like I don't know. I kind of don't like admitting this, but I feel like I might have had.
I know what you're gonna say.
A better time playing private.
Yeah,
servers.
so do I. I think Nostalgia was a better version of. And Light's Hope were better versions of Classic WoW or Vanilla WoW.
They're still yet to be determined. Right?
Yes, because we haven't experienced the whole thing. That's true.
Yeah, so I'm not going to say that yet, but I'm going to say so far. And I kind of don't like admitting that. I really don't. It really kind of hurts me because I don't want to let I like Omar. I like the guys from the team. I feel like I'm letting them down when I say that, but it's the truth. Like for right
I'm
now.
I'm not gonna. I don't think I don't think he'd appreciate if I lied to him. Right? I'm gonna tell him. I don't lie, and I try not to lie as much as I possibly can, or whatever. You know what I'm trying to say. I try to be honest, and I think if he was here right now, I would say I had a better time on Light's Hope. And whether that's because there was no hype associated with it, there was no, we had no expectations. You know what I mean?
Right.
Going into the Stalarius, I had zero expectations. I expected to play the game I loved, but I didn't have any expectations as far as their ability to emulate the game, right? I thought to myself, they're going to do as best they can, blah, blah, blah. And I think another thing we haven't talked about, Defcamp, is that maybe we thought too much. Maybe we had so much expectation going into this.
Maybe.
That it was going to be so much better than Nost or so much better than Light's Hope that we kind of set ourselves up for failure.
It's possible. I mean, they definitely have differentiated themselves from it, right? It's
a very different experience.
Yeah. But is it better? I don't know. I think it's still yet to be determined, honestly.
We have to wait until the whole game comes out. But I feel like the issues that are stemming now because of the low server count could be irreparable going forward.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
And probably will be irreparable.
That's one of the things that even though at times Nost or even when I was on Northdale had like upwards of 14,000 people at the launch. When it evened out, it had around 7,000-8,000, which was definitely manageable, much more. And there was more alliance. So I was playing Horde. There was actually more alliance than Horde, so it felt good being a little bit on the underside. Like right now, having almost no fucking alliance on this server sucks, dude. It sucks.
Yeah,
it really sucks.
I never thought I'd admit this, but I would love to see more alliance, dude.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. It's healthy for the server, man. It is. It's like it really is. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course I know that, but like it feels weird saying I want to see more. Like, I want to see more alliance. I talked to Balak here, who is a YouTuber as well, and I talked to him today on Discord, and he's like, I just want to let you know that my guild's leaving.
Yeah.
And that was kind of hard to hear. I was like, fuck, dude. Like, I wish you the best. Like, I don't want you to have a horrible experience. I want you to have a good experience, But the fact that that's happening...
There's that was like one of the last big, like, there's like, maybe one more big alliance guild on the server? Like, seriously.
I think they're leaving too. I think Ryzen, I can't always forget their names.
Rain, whatever the hell.
Ryzen Ruin.
Rain,
and that's so sad, dude. Like, and it could have been avoided. All this could have been avoided.
Yep.
And I feel like we're gonna have to talk about server merging. I think that's the next possibility. I think this has to be done. And once these populations drop down, which they are because
server
of
merging, but they're still like I feel like there's still an obscenely amount of horde on our server. Like
I mean, couldn't they find? What I'm saying is, why don't you find a server that has maybe a little bit more alliance than Horde and try to? I don't know. There's probably not that many servers that are like that because of the Horde popularity. Are they going to
do this though? Like you said, do they just have it on autopilot right now?
I think they do. I think they just kind of let it go now. This is it. This is the last major.
This is the best we're getting. I don't know. I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I said, I think it's still too early to make that decision. I think for the most part, guys, we had to look at this. Like, we're still in the very early ends of vanilla. The only raids have to come out yet so far have been Molten Core and Onyxia. That's it. BDBL still isn't out. We're getting ready for it, yes, but we still have the majority of Classic to go. I think we need to stay strong and need to maybe make a little bit of noise. I don't know, but maybe we do need to evaluate the what we can do. Still.
I think
I'm not giving up on. Like, here's the thing. Right now. I'm doing some quests in Thistlefer Hold. I just found a 5-man group. I'm having a blast. We're killing some fucking Thistlefer dudes, and having a good time. And like, I love this game. I wouldn't rather be playing anything else right now, honestly. And I want this to succeed, and I want it to be healthy, and I want it to be all it can be. And like, I have most fun so far doing shit like this. But it would be awesome to have to feel the fear of like, oh, there could be an alliance group coming in any time. Right now, I don't have that fear. I know for a fact that there's like no fucking ally on this server.
Yeah.
So like there's like part of the game missing in a way,
Oh, it's definitely missing. Part of the game is literally missing. And here's the sad part is that you signed up for a PvP experience. You joined a PvP server because you want to experience PvP. And the fact that you can't sucks, dude. It fucking sucks, and it's.
I mean, you just have to queue up for 20 minutes. That's all.
But that's not the same. That's not organic world PvP, And we never really had organic world PvP. That's not true. We actually did before the honor system.
Yeah.
I felt it was actually a lot of fun. It was organic, and I feel like it happened, and I really enjoyed that. And I was like, man, the honor system is going to make this so much better, and it did not.
No,
it made it worse.
Yeah.
Because people literally min-max. So let's talk about that. What do you think about the whole? There's a meta for everything. How do you feel about that?
I mean, it's natural to an extent, but not at the size that it is, right? Okay. Here, what I mean is, it's natural to have that min-maxy part of the game where people are like that. But I think that the fact that so many people are trying to get that and are not just playing at a slower pace, or I feel like everyone has to, because like I love the fact that we have Boomkins and Shadow Priests on our raid and whatever, like. But and yeah, I mean, some people will have that and be a little bit more min-maxy, but I don't know. I feel like it's it was kind of like that on private servers as well to an extent. I mean, that.
Yeah.
Everyone was talking about, oh, who's doing this the quickest or whatever. So I think maybe that just came from private servers a bit, or came from the mentality of how games are nowadays. So maybe that was just bound to happen. I don't know. So I'm not too. I don't want to see everyone doing that. I don't want to see everyone playing like that.
Yeah. I'm just, I want to make content again. I want to feel prideful about this game. And right now I'm having a hard time with that. And I'm not saying that I'm never going to. I mean, I raid lead, my Defcamp and I co-raid lead. I want to continue doing that. I have a lot of fun doing that. I'm getting a lot of enjoyment out of that. But as of right now, as of today, outside of that experience, I don't feel the need to play as much. And I think that's okay. I think that's a natural thing people go through.
Absolutely, it's okay. Don't feel guilty just because you don't want to play as much right now. Everyone has their time where life becomes more important, and then maybe things have settled down. Now I can play a little more WoW. Or a new raid came out. Now I want to play more. You know what I mean? Like that's completely normal, especially with an MMO, with a long-term game like this, with a game that is basically never ending. You're going to have moments of high and low. That's fine. Not everyone can play at 24, or at 100 miles per hour, or 100% or whatever you want to fucking say.
Yeah.
Some people can. Some people have nothing else going on in their life. And, that's awesome for those people who can just play WoW all day. I'm not one of those people. But yeah, if that's you, then shoot, go for it. Like I'm envious of those people who can just stay hooked on it 24/7. But for me, I need to kind of spread it out a little bit.
I agree.
But I definitely want to. I'm looking forward to streaming again. I really am. Like, here's the thing: once I start feeling better about myself, where I am in the game, this, that, and the other, I want to stream more. So that's kind of where I am right now. I want to do a little more of that. So I definitely do plan on streaming more, and especially with BWL coming out and things starting to move again, I'm feeling more motivated to do that. So yeah, and doing stuff like this, doing Super Plate Brothers, doing GMA with cargoes, I love all that kind of stuff. So
yeah. I just want to say, like, guys, like, again, it wasn't my intention or Defcamp's intention to stop or slow down in the content creation. It happened naturally. It wasn't a decision that I came across and was like, I need to stop, slow down, and make, And I think, honestly, to be perfectly honest, I think a lot of it was like, well, I'm just going to say it's because I'm playing the game. I'm busy playing the game. It was for the first couple of weeks, and then it became more than that. It became like I didn't need to do it anymore, nor do I feel like I was getting the same enjoyment out of it.
Right.
And why that is, I'm still trying to get my finger across. Like, I can't tell you right now why that is. It's a combination of a lot of things. It's a combination of how I feel that Blizzard handled the game. It's a combination of how I feel that I entered the game. It's a combination of maybe how I chose to raid lead again. Something I said I would never do again. I enjoy it. But I never thought I would ever be in that position again, and that has made me think about the game in a much different way.
Right.
And it's almost a little strange being a content creator, running a raid, because I feel like people expect you to be a certain way, or people expect you to do, and I'm not, maybe if I don't come up to that, not caliber, but not have that exact motivations, or I think a lot of people still think that I'm a theory crafter by heart, which means that I'm a min-maxer when I play, and I'm not.
You're not, no. You know what? In like Melderon, like it's okay to be where you're at. So it's okay. Like they don't have to. Like, here's the thing. I think a lot of more people understand than you think. If you're kind of where you're at right now, and I think everyone deserves to have time, and like here's like I and we still want to do this. That's the thing. Like we still want to be content creators and all this, but I think for everyone there's comes a time where you kind of just have other stuff that becomes a little more important. I mean, especially with you, you're with your degree and everything, you have a lot of stuff coming up in your future and all, and like sometimes you can't give everything 100%. You've always had a lot on your plate, I feel like, and it's okay to kind of give yourself a little self-care for the time being,
Yeah, but I also want to be faithful to what I do, and right. I think that I've always struggled that in my life, is that it's always hard to keep up with. Relationships are hard, and everyone says that, right? Whether that be with a woman, whether it be with a friend, or a business, or a hobby. Mm-hmm. And this YouTube thing we do, this streaming thing we do, started off as a hobby and has aspects of a business. But in truth, it's always been a hobby for me. And any money that I've made, or we've made streaming, or I count as a blessing, right? I did not expect to have any of that. Nor do I need it, to be honest with you guys. However, at this point in my life, now I don't need it. I did a little while ago, because I was still a PhD student and I was making next to nothing. But now that I have a job, it's nowhere near as important to me. So that money we've made, and we continue
financially,
and we continue to make.
Right.
We're going to spend on ourselves and try to enhance our lives the best we can. We're planning a trip to Europe next year. My brother and I, and we're trying to really have a lot of fun and use that. We were very blessed the fact that our videos did well, that we had a lot of subscribers, that Defcamp had a lot of donations on Twitch, a lot of very, very, what's the word?
People.
Generous is the word. Generous people who help Defcamp out, because Defcamp is, Defcamp.
I'm not as financially
right. That's the word I was going to say. Defcamp.
And here's the thing: is like I continue to plan on streaming because I want to, I want to keep doing that kind of stuff. I want to keep, I love streaming. I do it. It's like, but I want to. It's hard. I want to stream and be person. I want to have fun when I stream. I don't want to do it because I want to. Oh, I got to stream today to make money. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I want to stream because I want to have fun. I don't want to stream just because I want money. Like, that's not the kind of person I am.
Defcamp never streamed. I think it's safe to say that you never streamed for that reason. And
I never streamed for money. I literally stream because I have fun doing it. And here's the thing, like,
I think it helped you a lot with your personal.
It did I was never a really social, outgoing person. Like, was when I was on drugs, but not when I was sober. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely helped me in that aspect a lot. And the last couple of months, my job has become very important to me, and I've been going to a lot of trainings and things like that, and doing some just some all around taking on some more responsibilities there, and maybe that's had a little bit part of it as well. But I definitely feel like right now I want to get back into the streaming thing a little bit more. So I am looking forward to that, definitely.
Yeah, but I think the most important take-home message here is that the game is not even a quarter done yet.
Yeah.
It's about a quarter done or so. There is still a lot to experience. There are many classes I know you haven't played yet. There are many classes I know that you haven't tried. I'm talking to people kind of like to their face. I'm talking just not you in general, but I know people listening. I know you haven't tried every class. I know you haven't tried the opposite faction maybe, or leveled every character to 60, or really experienced every character in every role. We can all do more. And play more. The question is it worth it? That's what I'm saying. Is it worth it to you, right? Yeah. To me, right now, I'm still in that little yes/no phase, right?
Limbo.
I'm in limbo.
Yeah.
And because I'm in limbo playing the game, I'm in limbo with content creation as well. Like, it has to go hand in hand with me. When I was making a lot of content before the game came out, I was just so anticipated for the game that I had nothing else to do but just like think about it and think about it and think about it. So I made content thinking about it, right? Now that the game's out, that motivation has dried up a little bit for me. So I'm trying to reinvent myself as a content creator as well. And what does that mean? Does that mean expanding into different things?
Right.
And, the community has been so polarized by certain content creators. But I have to say, what Alex did recently by creating a new channel, and I don't care what people say or if I think Alex is a good guy or not. I think that he is he did a really good thing for himself to relabel himself.
Did he?
Yeah, he made a new channel that focuses on no WoW anymore. He's totally moved away from WoW.
Oh wow!
And he's moving towards like video games, movies, TV shows, like very akin to Nerdrotic. I don't know if you guys know Nerdrotic, but he's moving into more like covering everything. Every nerd associated thing, right? And he made a channel called Rare Spawn is the name of it. And I think that's really cool. And I'm not saying that's what we're going to do, but I feel like at some point, I'd like Defcamp and Melderon TV to exist,
to branch out a little bit
past World of Warcraft at some point. I'm not going to say I'm doing that right now, but I feel like
there's so many things we love. We love Star Wars. We love Star Trek.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so much. We love Melderon loves the Dark Tower series and
Stephen King.
I absolutely love fucking just so much like sci-fi and fantasy stuff. The Expanse has been a big show that Melderon's been watching recently. The Witcher, I love The Witcher. Things like this. So these are things that we all love, and as time goes on. But I think WoW will always be one of our biggest passions, without a doubt. No matter what happens, no matter what transpires, we will always World of Warcraft will always be one of our biggest passions, no matter what. Absolutely,
I absolutely agree, and I think that I want to just take a step back and think about where we got to as a channel and as a community. And I know people in the Discord, we haven't been very active, and I'm sorry about that as well. But let's think back from day one of when I made my first video of hey, this is how you like hit the attack button and kill a bat in fucking Terrace Fall Glades. That's literally how we started. And Defcamp, I just want to say, like, we should be proud of what we've accomplished. I'm not saying it's over, but like,
no, not at all.
My God, the videos we've made, the people we've met through DefTalk, the people we met through CWL, Class Squad Out Live, the people we've met through. Jesus Christ, this was a fucking momentous year for us. And 2 years.
Oh my God.
3 years.
BlizzCon, dude.
Meeting Omar Gonzalez.
BlizzCon, yeah.
So I think we need to put things in perspective as well. Like, there's been a lot of positive things that have came out of, doing this. And I don't regret a day of it.
No,
and there's still days where I go back and watch my old videos and say to myself, wow, I made that, or we made that, or we did this, or
who is that person?
That too, Yeah. But like, I just, I say to yourselves, if any of you guys have achieved anything in your life, and I'm sure all of you have at some point, go back and kind of look at those things and think to yourself, damn, I did that, or I was a part of something really special. Because I think all of us have been in some way or another. And I just want to thank all of you guys for like watching our stuff. Like, there's so much on YouTube, and there's so much stuff on WoW, and there's so much stuff on Classic WoW. So many excellent content creators, very talented people. And the fact that you watch our stuff and subscribe to us and listen to what we say is just...
It means so fucking much,
It's huge. It's very hard to make it on YouTube. I'm not saying we've made it.
Getting to meet some of you guys, too, has been fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Like, you guys at BlizzCon. We had someone recognize us on the street, which was fucking awesome.
Tell that story. We haven't talked about that yet.
Yeah, so Melderon took me out for my birthday. We went to this really amazing Chinese place downtown, which is like real authentic Chinese food.
In Philadelphia, in Chinatown.
Philly. And oh my God, the food was so good. And we're sitting there, and this family walks in, and someone, he's like staring at us. Like, this guy's like kind of like staring at us. And he comes up to us like, are you guys Defcamp and Melderon? From YouTube, and we're like, yeah. And he's like, dude, I love you guys. He's like, I wanted to roll on Skyrim with you guys and all this. And I'm like, we're like, what, dude? And he's like, yeah, I watch your videos and I love your DefTalks and all this kind of stuff. And it was awesome, man. Just like that right there was such a surreal experience. And it just felt so cool. Like, felt like, there's something about meeting someone in the world who also plays WoW. It's like, okay, you meet someone who's a Star Wars fan, that's cool. You meet someone who's a Star Trek fan, but you meet someone who plays WoW, it's like this other level of family connection you have with them. It's like automatic connection. And it's so indescribable. Yeah,
and we got to experience that at BlizzCon too.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was amazing. And in that moment, I said to myself, that may be I think everyone thinks to themselves like, well, what, will I ever be recognized in a public space for something I've done? And holy shit, it happened to us. And I just want to thank you all for that. And I just want to say before we close that, like, as you can see, things aren't over, and it isn't over for us, and it isn't over for the game, and we're sorry for any hiatus that we've done, and we don't promise to do... I'm not going to sit here and promise that we're going to put stuff out X amount of times per week anymore or anything like that, because I can't make that promise. But
I don't want to try to keep something that we can't... but we are still going to be here. We're not going anywhere. That's for sure.
Yeah. And we haven't. Trust me. Every time a piece of news or something new has come out, I thought to myself, I should make a video on this. But you know what? I just wasn't feeling it. Now, I felt it tonight. We talked about, and I was like, definitely, let's just record something tonight, and I felt it tonight, and I kind of was reminded about why I started to do this in the first place. So, thank you guys for that.
Thank you guys, seriously. But yeah. So,
do you have anything to announce? Oh yeah, a few announcements. So you're aware. We started up Super Plate Brothers again. We're doing that semi-regularly with Dunedin and myself and Defcamp.
It's a lot of fucking fun. Yeah.
If you don't know, it's an old video series we did way back in the day on private servers where we had myself as a warrior and Defcamp as a paladin, and we just kind of level up and make fun of each other and have a good time. We're continuing to do that. Yeah. I don't know how often I'll be streaming, but twitch.tv/Melderon. I started streaming a little bit. I'm gonna try to get back to it. And of course, Defcamp streams.
Twitch.tv/Defcamp.
And he streams on YouTube, and so we have that, and
CWL.
And Class Squad Out Live, we are still trying to.
We got some stuff coming out for it soon, so hopefully, well, of course, we'll let you guys know as soon as it comes out. But we got some more tools coming out for the site. which should be coming out very soon. And yeah, we're just looking forward to BWL coming out and looking forward to spending more time with you guys. So, but again, I just want to say now, thank you all so much. We love you.
Yeah, and I want to say something to the patrons who've been patrons for a long time. Please do not feel obligated to continue doing that. I feel like every YouTuber says, please go to my Patreon. But no, if you don't, I'm saying right now, we are not going to guarantee certain times of X amount of videos per week or month. It's just going to happen when it happens. And if you don't, please don't donate if you don't think we're worth it. And I just want to make that very, very clear. So there are a lot of other people that maybe could use it or something like that.
Or if your family can use it, please, don't feel obligated at all.
Yeah, absolutely. But guys, it's been great. Keep on and grinding.
Yeah. Keep on and grinding, baby.
Do you enjoy yourself in the game and try to reinvent yourself if you can as a player, because that's what I'm trying to do as well, and as a content creator. So
hopefully see you guys soon on a stream. I'll probably I might stream on, let's say today's Monday, probably a Wednesday. We're gonna maybe shoot for Wednesday. So hopefully see you guys then.
All right.
Well, I don't know when this video is gonna be out, so maybe it'll be
out probably tomorrow. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. Yeah. All right,
guys. Have a great night. And just take care of yourselves. And if you have any questions or feedback, I try to get to people. I've been really bad at getting back to people, but if you want to talk about anything, just let me know on Discord. So, Melderon #1287.
All right, guys.
All right.
Peace.
Peace.